got a lot of sequel reboot news this week. So Joker 2 will be told from the perspective of Lady Gaga's Harley Quinn. Also, obviously, going to be a musical. Interesting. If they're going to do a sequel, this kind of sounds like one of the best ways to go about it, as to not make it just a cliche sequel.
I would agree. Yeah, I think this is the best way they could possibly go about it. And it's really intriguing me, but I'm not too optimistic at the same time. It's a bit of a weird one. I'm not quite sure what to expect, but I do think they've gone about it in the best possible way with how they're approaching it anyway.
Yeah, I mean, and George has talked about this a ton of times. Like, do you actually want this Joker sequel?
No.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of movies are unnecessary. This one feels like one of the most unnecessary just because of how good Joker 1 was. But a lot of people were calling for it, and it made a lot of money. So like we said, this is a good way to go about it, I think. It's interesting. It's different. It'll be good to see. There's a new Karate Kid movie coming out June 7th, 2024. I'm going to take a shot in the dark and say it's a dude who doesn't know how to fight, meets someone in China and learns how to fight.
Gets beaten up by a bully.
Yeah. Like, that's just and maybe there's a Justin Bieber song at the end.
How much can they rinse that anymore? I don't think they need to like
make it the karate man or something.
Do any of you watch Cobra Kai? Because that show's massively popular, but it's just never even for a second appealed to me.
Yeah.
No, I've never seen it.
Can I just like run through a quick vent real quick?
Yes.
Yeah, is this about sequels and soft reboots?
It's just why?
Yeah.
Why do we need
money?
This is gonna
money
be
talks.
This is gonna be what, the 6th Karate Kid movie? You know how many Karate Kid movies have been good? Zero have been good.
I think
one has been average.
The
first one was average. I don't care.
I think the original first one's good. I think it's okay. The first
and it's beyond. It's past fucking Karate Kid. Sorry for cursing, Mom, when you're listening to this. It's past the Karate Kid. Why do we need a Joker 2? I know we just glossed past Joker, but Joker 1 ended so brilliantly. It opened so many conversations. It left so many possibilities for, what happened. Was this real? The clock on the wall, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Well,
you go, Seth. You got it.
I was just going to say that, like, I'm obviously, like Cam said it, like, how good Joker 1 was. I'm quite the contrary belief to that. I don't think Joker 1 was that good. I mean, that's just my opinion. Like, I think it was a really good film, but I don't think it was like that highest tier a lot of people have it at. But at the same time, I think that, like George said, it ended at such a point where there was so much room for interpretation. Why make another one to answer certain questions we want to make our own assumptions about? It doesn't make any sense to me. I agree with George there. I think it's pointless.
It makes sense. It makes sense from a money standpoint.
From a money, but this is how the world works.
Joker was nominated for 11 Oscars. It won 2. It's the first R-rated movie to gross over $1 billion. It was, I think, one of the 5 highest grossing films of 2019.
2019, yeah.
When you have a movie as successful as that, you're gonna make a sequel regardless of what people want. But like, opposite to Seth, I consider Joker one of the greats. I have it at number 2 on my all-time comic book rank. Seth, I have it above like Come and See on my all-time rank, which I know is going to bother you. I have it above a lot of all-time great movies. I think it's such a technically just perfect film that I love so much. I like, and I will echo what Cam said, I like that they're going a different direction, making it a musical, telling it from the perspective of Harley Quinn, just so that it's not a carbon copy of
I think
Joker
they
1.
They had to go a different direction, didn't they? Because the backlash would have been even worse if it was just a complete follow along from the same period.
Yeah.
And my thing, and sorry to cut you off, Todd, one more thing. I love Todd Phillips. I do. I trust him as a filmmaker. The Hangover did not need 2 sequels, and we saw what happened in that franchise in I was about to say episodes 2 and 3, in movies 2 and 3.
Yeah.
I think the second one was still really funny. I will get that in there. They used every plot point exactly the same, but it was still hilarious.
Yeah,
it was
right.
Still funny.
That's what I was actually going to touch on. So George led into that perfectly. Is that I trust Todd Phillips, and before last time we saw him to do a sequel, he literally just, like Seth said, same exact plot. So it's nice to see them do something totally different for Joker 2. So it's not just Todd Phillips saying like, let's do the same thing again in a different country. Let's put Joker in England and do the same thing.
It wasn't even like me and Hannah. Anna. Actually
Oh,
watched,
no.
Wow.
no.
Cut that out. Cut that out.
Yeah.
we watched Hangover 2 like fairly recently because I just wanted something easier on, and it is hilarious how it's not even just the same plot. Every little detail, like Alan has to look after a kid, he looks after a monkey. Something happens to Stu. Stu goes off with someone and someone, whatever, and it's the same thing in each film. But I think that is the thing with Todd Phillips' comedy in those films. Like it's not a good film, but it still works in the way it wants to. So much
They're funny,
yeah, they are funny. I mean, the third one was like.
I like the third one still. Like not in terms of a movie, but I thought the joke still landed for me. I still laughed out loud.
At least they changed.
I'm kind of on the opposite train. I really dislike like the second two Hangovers.
They're under 5 out of 10s for me.
Yeah,
but I'm saying the comedy.
I don't even find them funny, really. I actually,
screw you.
I have them higher than a 5 out of 10, the second 55 out of 100, whatever. But I don't find it funny. Also, just back to Joker because obviously I have to. So I'm in the middle ground between George and Seth. I think it's an incredible movie. It's not a Joker movie. That's like one of my biggest issues. I've made a video back before like George and I knew each other of stitching George's like how much he wants Batman and the Joker to meet. The Joker's getting fucked in 3 seconds. Sorry. He's literally getting a backhand and just dead on impact from Robert Pattinson's Batman. Like it would be a minute fight. So that's just my opinion. And I don't think he's that smart either. He just kind of falls his way upwards. So like he can't like outsmart Batman. It doesn't matter. Just a random.
Sorry, can I just clarify as well? People seem to think I hate Joker. I really don't.
No, I know.
I have no. But people on TikTok, I'll say like I didn't like it, but other people, oh, why did you hate it? I give it a 4 out of 5.
Yeah,
I think it's like a really good film. I just don't have it in the highest regard that George does, for example.
That's the tough thing about criticizing great movies is like when you're criticizing like a movie in the IMDb top 100 or a great film, everyone knows it's great. So when you're critiquing it, you're gonna focus on the stuff like why you don't think it's perfect because like obviously everyone knows it's like it's an amazing movie. So I'm not gonna like tell you about everything you already know. I'm gonna say like this, and this is kind of what knocks it down a bit for me. But then it makes it sound like you're hating on it. But it's just a weird thing.
And then people just assume that because you're saying it's not as good as people think that you hate it. And it's like
right.
It's not really
And then last. Sorry,
one more thing on Joker that does give me a little bit of hope. The first movie had a budget of like 55 to 70 million. Joker 2 has a budget of 150 million, almost double the first.
I mean, it made $1 billion.
It has the money to do it.